Connecticut Sun, last year's WNBA Coach of the Year. And getting some more pieces back. You're seeing one of them jumping up, Chiney Ogwumike, a very important piece. And this Connecticut Sun team we showed you at the top, averaging some of the best offensive numbers in the league this year.
Yep, they love to get it up and down, and they've got a plethora of wing players that can really advance the ball as quickly as any guard tandem in the league.
First possession, they give a touch to Chiney for the first two.
Connecticut. The Sun can hit you so many different ways. We talked about them in the fast break situation, but Ogwumike on the block is a tough matchup.
They can go big, they can go small. Endor can't put it away. A lot of flexibility here with this team. They were able to go big earlier this year against the Los Angeles Sparks, so they knocked off the Sparks. It's the first loss for Los Angeles this year. Second opportunity, we got a jump ball.
Good job by Kalia Copper. Going in with the head towards the basketball, her hands followed, able to get the tie up.
Tonight's injury report brought to you by the University of Chicago Medicine, the Chicago Sky's exclusive medical provider. You see Steph Dolson. She's got the walking cast on with a strained tendon injury. Allie Quigley's out with a hip injury. That injury suffered in the last game against Seattle. They kick it out, they won the jump. Strickland can't put it away. Shakina Strickland, though, has been a nice offensive addition at times here for Connecticut this year.
Oh, that's a good defensive possession that time by the Sky.
There's another touch. So back-to-back possessions now. They've gone Endor's way.
Endor running the floor beautifully. And Sluty doing what she does best, setting up her teammates for success.
Last time she played in the WNBA, 2016. That was with San Antonio at the time. She played 30 games that year. Right now, Connecticut running it through Ogwumike, who gets another one. Endor knows DeShields who came over.
Diamond DeShields showing that upper level athleticism on the defensive end.
And it led to the fast break. Kalia Copper with the finish.
Kalia shot that with her left hand. So she goes with the right and gets to the rim and switches to her left hand. That was made to look easy, but it's not.
Some of these injuries, Kalia Copper getting her first start of the year from up top. Strickland isn't shy. She's 0 for 2 right now. That pops out. DeShields got a good look at it.
I think with Courtney Vandersloot back with the Sky, you're going to see a little bit more emphasis on up-tempo.
Both of these teams share the basketball really well. Here's Thomas with the triple try, missing everything. They want to push. Connecticut getting 3 players back. DeShields again draws the foul. And Diamond DeShields, who's been one of the better free throw shooters, will take a trip to the charity stripe.
You see right there, DeShields gets the contact, almost gets the and one opportunity, but I love it when Diamond is aggressive like that. She can get in the paint and create.
That's her first miss of the year. Ariel Investments, a proud sponsor of the Chicago Sky. To learn how one of Chicago's most experienced investment firms can help you save for your future, visit arielinvestments.com. You can follow them on Twitter too, @ArielFunds. Diamond now 13 of 14 from the free throw line this year.
Well, you know, at some point she was going to miss one, but I like the fact that she got her concentration together and finished the second one.
Pull-up jumper for Courtney Williams. Kurt Miller really high on her ability to score the basketball. Williams 1 of 6 on this Connecticut team that averages in double figures. The strip and the take, and Connecticut is off and running. Spin move for Thomas. Can't put it away. And then Thomas picks up a quick foul.
Well, Alicia Thomas got away with a foul on Courtney Vandersloot as well. That wasn't a clean strip, but the officials didn't see it that way.
Well, this is the big lineup. Well, Chiney Ogwumike's out, but when they have Ogwumike and Thomas and Jonquel Jones, who has just checked in, Again, Connecticut has that ability, kind of like the Chicago Sky, though, where they can go big and they can go small.
Yeah, they've got a lot of weapons, and so they have a lot of versatility in how they attack their opponents.
That was Williams who forces the turnover. Again, Thomas with an off-balance shot. A couple of fadeaway layups, if you will, the last couple attempts for Thomas. Here's Williams.
Well, the Sky have been aggressive getting to the bucket. Haven't been able to convert every time, but I like the pressure they're putting on the Sun defense.
Connecticut has already attempted 10 shots, 1 of 10 to start. Chicago 2 of 5, out and running. Here's DeShields for 2.
Nice job. Diamond DeShields read that play, was able to shoot the gap, come up with a deflection and an easy deuce.
That forces a timeout. Curt Miller doesn't like what he sees, so an early 7-2 edge. Finishing off the break.
Continues for the Sky. They cannot clean up the defensive glass. They've given up a few second chance opportunities because they haven't been able to squeeze the rock.
DeShields looking to go off the bounce into the corner. There's a 3-look. Okay, let's do indoor.
That's what indoor can do.
And she's got 5 of Chicago's first 9.
So what a weapon the Sky now have with indoor. She's run the floor, got the layup, got behind the defense, has also stretched the defense with a 3.
Jonquel Jones can be an absolute beast, and she gets the and one. She worked hard in the offseason to build up some muscle for exactly those kind of plays, wanted to get stronger, felt like as good of a year as she had last year. She got bumped a little bit too much.
Well, you know, I think players that are great and want to be great, they always find that extra oomph or something to work on in the offseason and bring something back that's a little bit new, and because she was dominant last year as well.
She had to miss some of the preseason to practice here with Connecticut. One of the reasons why she's coming off the bench, her and Alex Bentley coming off the bench for Connecticut this year, at least to start the year. And Jones sizes it up from 3. Tamara Faulkner, who has checked in with the rebound. So we got Faulkner and Vandersloot playing together in the backcourt for Chicago as Gabby Williams draws the foul.
I like Diamond DeShields looking up the floor like that. Gabby Williams is an excellent floor runner. She got behind the defense. Diamond keeps her head up. You see her, nice lead pass. And the Sky continue to put pressure on the Sun at the rim.
Gabby makes good on the first. The foul to Jonquel Jones. I'm interested, though, to see how the Faulkner-Vandersloot combo works for Chicago right now.
Yeah, well, I think that, you know, we had some turnover injuries, or turnover situations.
Which felt like injuries sometimes.
Right. And I think that with those two in the backcourt at the same time, we'll cut that down.
Williams, that's just inside the 3-point line. That's a little bit of a glimpse of what Courtney Williams can do.
It looks like the Sun have settled down here and got some buckets, and now their defense is picked up.
And Jones whistled for another foul, so that's number 2. She's picked up a couple of quick ones. And it looks like Chiney Ogwumike is going to check in. And so Ogwumike will check in, Jones will check out, so will Strickland, and Alex Bentley will get her first playing time of the night.
And I like Alex Bentley. She is quick as a hiccup, is aggressive looking for a shot. What a wonderful compliment coming off the bench for Curt Miller and the Sun.
She's been a starter, now taking on the role of a bench player. Curt Miller will say she still has that mentality of being a starter. How about that move? Cheyenne Parker going to work.
Cheyenne Parker's playing with the best, the highest level of confidence that we've seen her throughout her young career. Good to see.
Ogumake checks back in. Ogumake gets a touch. Feeding the offense through number 13. She's got another bucket.
And you know what? They made her work for that. Ogumake had to work big time for that shot. That's high-level offense, and that's pretty good defense by the Sky. They seem connected early, at least on the defensive end.
Something in the Ogumake blood. High, efficient offense for both Nneka and Chiney. We know what Nneka can do in the last couple of years with her field goal percentage. Chiney shooting 67% from the floor coming into tonight.
I just like Chiney for keeping her shorts pulled up. You know, she's trying to be different than everybody else. I like it.
The look is coming back, or at least she's trying to make it.
Yeah, I think it's coming back. Why not?
Speaking of old school, if you don't think real possibilities when you think AARP, then you don't know AARP. That's why they pay me the big bucks, Stephen Bardo, for transitions like that.
That was wonderful. That was wonderful. And this is a true story. I got my application in the mail yesterday.
You did not.
I did. I'm going to bring it Sunday. We'll put it on the air. I'm serious.
You fill it out with your bifocals, or you need my help, or are you good? There's Jasmine Thomas for 2.
Oh, man.
Tied at 13. Connecticut coming in a 3-0 record. Chicago has dropped the last 2 at home to Atlanta, and most recently 7 days ago to Seattle. That's the first points for Alex Montgomery this season. She was 0 for 8 going into that shot.
And that's huge because Alex Montgomery's a veteran, great defender, and she can give you opportunistic offense. Boy, that bodes well.
Thomas, left-handed, trying to finish with her right hand. And, you know, Faulkner tried to go off of Ogumake. And almost, yeah, I was going to say that looked like it went off Montgomery. They're going to give Chicago the basketball.
Yeah, that was strange. I thought that was clearly off the Sky, but nice to be home and catch a break.
Pride night here in Chicago. Wintrust dressed up. Pride colors. Nice to see when you walked into the building.
Yeah, he did a beautiful job setting up the arena with the placards and whatnot.
There's Bentley with the strip, finds Williams, finger roll, can't finish.
Good job by Gabby hustling back defensively.
Anderson, see that kind of turnover to Courtney Vanderson, but it's a wide open look for Williams, and they're going to make her earn it at the free throw line. That's the worst possible place to turn over the basketball.
It really is. That was like a live ball turnover, like right in the middle of the heat. And I tell you, I liked Faulkner and Slutty's effort because Williams was well ahead of them, but they hustled and caught her.
He said it, turnovers have been a little bit of a problem as Vandersloot now will take a seat. Amber Stocks talking to Jamira Faulkner. Who Faulkner, you know, would like a couple of those plays back in the last game against Seattle, I would think.
She had a tough stretch coming down the stretch for the Sky. A couple decisions that were uncharacteristic of her. I'd like to see her bounce back in a big way.
She's a competitor. Put money on her. Copper can't get the home court rims to be friendly to her. Here's Bentley with the pull-up jumper and the soft touch for Alex Bentley.
See, this is what makes the Connecticut Sun so difficult to defend. Each player has the green light when they're in their space or get to their space on the floor. Kirk Miller gives a lot of confidence to these ladies.
And you got a Bentley who's averaging 12 points per game off the bench, by the way. Half of their team, double-digit scores. 6 of the 12.
It's something, isn't it? I mean, and that's not only very talented, but sharing of the basketball on a high, high level.
We got a stoppage in play. This officiating staff try to figure out what they're taking a look at.
Couldn't tell if there was a little altercation, a physical exchange, but I couldn't tell. And you didn't see the reaction of the ladies at all to indicate that something was awry. So sure we'll get the answer here shortly.
Eric Bruton, Tiffany Bird, Jenna Schrader are your officials here tonight.
Now you see Jamira walking the ball up, initiating the offense. Oh, okay. Shanae kind of just, it looked like she pushed Cheyenne Parker a little bit in her upper, like collarbone area almost, just kind of jabbed at her a little bit. Looks like Tiffany Bird, Jenna Schroeder, and Eric Bruton. Watch right here as Cheyenne Parker releases the basketball. So it looks like maybe Cheyenne got poked a little bit or something.
That a basketball play in your mind?
I thought she was going for the ball.
I thought she was too.
Yeah, I didn't see anything malicious or anything. But right there, she's going for the basketball. And you saw Shanae turns her head as soon as the contact was made, so it didn't appear to be anything premeditated. You know, I'm very impressed with Chinea Ogwumike, though. She's gotten some work on the broadcast side.
Yeah, she's full-time now with ESPN.
With ESPN.
Congrats to her.
Doing a great job. Kurt Miller said she's one of the best players that he's coached in terms of chemistry, leadership.
That's so positive.
Just imagine that. Her and NECA going at it, growing up. There's some sparks coming out of the paint in that matchup. No pun intended.
Smarts with the test scores. And
oh, yeah. Yes, no doubt about that.
Smarts with a little physicality, although I think that this, as we discussed, is harmless. I don't think that is a hostile act in my mind. That doesn't look like a hostile act, but Eric Bruton still has the headset on, and he is reviewing this, trying to get it right from their perspective.
And, you know, I want to give our fans a certain perspective, Lisa, that these officials, they start to develop a history with these players. Ogwumike is not a dirty player. She does not come off. She does not take cheap shots. And so I think that sometimes that plays into players' favors. If they're not, you know, known to be dirty or anything like that, I think the officials take that into consideration.
Incidental contact is what Eric Bruton saw. So his perspective was like our perspective, which is not always the case.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're often different than the officials.
Not to say that we're right.
Well, you may be more right than me. I go out there on a limb sometimes.
You do. That's what we love about you.
Yep. Back to action, which I'm happy about.
Well, there was no foul called on that play. And they just looked at it and saw those incidental contacts, so we play on. Here's Rachel Banham, who's checked in from around the screen, right into the hands of Ogwumike. Right, she challenged Cheyenne Parker.
Yeah, again, the Sky are going to have to send 4 or 5 players to the defensive glass. The Sun have been very aggressive, and pay attention to Morgan Tuck. She's coming back home. She's going to be a little bit more aggressive.
Oh, touch every single part of the rim, and Copper is having a tough time with that rim. You're supposed to talk to it and smooth it over in the pregame. Bentley pops out.
Nice job that time by Parker, boxing out. You're going to need more of that.
Falker running things. She pulls up. She hits for 3. Jamira Faulkner building on a 3-point shot this year.
And you know what? Jamira will look for that early in the game. She'll take one that is a little bit unexpected, and if she's hot, she'll continue to look for it.
Shooting 38% from back there. Look out. Williams heating up.
Williams is so quick. And when she's shooting a 3 like that, and you have to respect that 3-point shooting ability, she's got the quickness to get by almost anybody.
2 of 3 shooting. Faulkner lost it, and she's slow to get up. Down the other way is Bentley. And Faulkner, though, jogging back, but she's hobbling. She is headed right towards the bench as the first quarter comes to a close. And that is coming off a Jamira Faulkner 3-point shot.
Well, Jamira Faulkner rocking the defender to sleep, and all of a sudden making it rain from 3.
Here's a smart tip you could fast break with. Smart thermostats make saving energy. ComEd is offering a $100 rebate on select smart thermostats. Learn more at ComEd.com/rebates. A rebounding issue, a major topic of conversation, Trish, in the last huddle.
Yeah, a lot of talk about rebounding in the last huddle. And in fact, before that timeout even happened, Amber Stocks turning to the bench after Ogumike got that putback and said, box out. It's the easiest thing to do. And I think that's a basketball task that pretty much everybody can do. It's what I used to tell the girls that I coach, the little girls that I used to coach. I'm wondering what you guys think. Boxing out, easiest thing in basketball?
I don't know about easiest, but one of the most important for sure. So Sky better pick up on that. A lot of physicality with this Sun team. They have to match that. Oh, man.
That's a three.
Off the bounce.
We said Courtney Williams is heating up a little bit. Starting out the second quarter the way she did to end the first quarter. Morgan Tuck has checked in for Connecticut. Offensive rebound. Sinead Parker going to work again.
Good job by Cheyenne there. We have to keep in mind, Lisa, Connecticut started 1 of 10 from the field, and they already have 26 points. This is how explosive this team is.
Offensive foul call on Bentley. Alex Bentley, that's her first. Well, Kurt Miller's crew, after that first quarter had come to a close, almost half of their rebounding total had been on the offensive glass. 5 of the 12 rebounds. And that has been an Achilles heel in terms of giving up offensive rebounds. Chicago's last in the league. They give up almost 11 per game to opponents.
And see, the thing is, too, now Steph Dolson's not in the game, not playing today, so that really hurts.
Another bucket for Chicago, cutting the lead now to 3. That three-point shot, by the way, was the first for Connecticut. They started out 0 for 7.
Great defense by Copper.
Bana for 3, too strong. And another offensive rebound right into the hands of Bentley.
Well, Cheyenne Parker's running the floor. You may want to reward her.
She's working hard, getting that position. Going to work on Ogumike. Feed the beast. Cheyenne Parker is the hot hand right now for Chicago.
And I mean, she ran the floor hard. Pinned Ogumike in the post. Great effort before getting the basketball.
Oh, this is going to be a fun matchup. Parker thought she got a clean block. Foul call instead.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, Parker on defense. Let's go back to Parker on offense.
Ran the floor extremely hard. Pinned Ogumike, and then right there going with her strong left hand. Excellent job.
Ogumike makes good on the first free throw. Lead back up to 3. Ogumike's got 8. Williams has 9. That's 17 of the 28 for Connecticut. Parker's with 8.
I want to see Courtney Vandersloot get a little bit more involved on the offensive end.
That's another turnover. Right in the middle of the floor, too. Williams, a pull-up. Courtney Williams now with 11.
When she gets them in bunches, doesn't she, Lisa? I mean, from the 3, off the bounce, on the break. Just really difficult to contain.
Averaging 11. She's right at her season average right now. Parker turned right into Ogumike. And Williams got tangled up a little bit. Got a hustle on the floor. Endor to Vandersloot. And Courtney Vandersloot just looks out of rhythm.
I agree. Trying to get used to her teammates. There's been a little bit of change, a little shuffle of the lineup with the team, and so it's going to take her a while to get adjusted.
And Ogumike whistled for the offensive foul that time, battling for the rebound. Well, Courtney Vandersloot has played 11 minutes, has yet to score a field goal, her only point coming from the free throw line. And Cheyenne Parker will take a much-deserved seat. So there goes your offense to the bench. Who's going to step up?
Well, right now, Kalia Copper would be my choice to try to get her going offensively. I think she can take Williams.
Those quick hands. Alyssa Thomas creating that turnover. 9 turnovers now for Chicago that have led to 9 Connecticut points here so far. Thomas just bullying her way into the lane.
Alyssa Thomas is always a tough matchup. Undersized, power forward, lefty. She's got a lot going for her in terms of, anytime you're playing that left-handed player, they've got a slight advantage.
She's averaging a double-double. Team highs of 16 points per game, 10 rebounds per game. It was a double-double and, in fact, a triple-double machine when she played at Maryland, especially her senior year.
And you know what? I had a J.R. Smith moment there. She's not left-handed. She's right-handed, but she's amphibious or ambidextrous. She can go left or right.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You know what the score is.
Oh, man. Oh, let Gabby do some work.
He was calling for it. A little 2-player game. They work it around to Faulkner, and they work it into the corner for Copper. They're going to review the Copper shot, I believe.
Oh, whether she got fouled. Okay.
Kalia Copper going to the free throw line. Let's take one more look. As she got fouled.
Looked like she was behind the three-point line. That was good ball movement. That was good ball movement that time on the perimeter by the Sky. One time that we saw the good floor spacing.
We got our second review already. 6 minutes here to go in the first half.
Yep. Officials trying to make sure they get it right.
Perhaps a sign of things to come.
And Kurt Miller is looking a little befuddled by the decision here. She's well behind the three-point line, so Courtney Williams' momentum carries her into Kalia. See what they...
Yeah, I think if I'm a lip reader, which sometimes I am, it seemed like he's arguing the foul on if it was a foul or not. Here's another angle at it.
Courtney trying to bother the shot. And, you know, like basketball players do when they get in trouble, they try to put the brakes on in midair. Doesn't really work, but they try anyway.
And the question is the contact made, is it a shooting foul?
Because it was well after the ball was released. So we'll get some clarification here soon enough. Hopefully the Sky can take this break, kind of regroup a little bit, and come back out and continue to be a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end.
The contact is made as Copper makes contact with the floor. And so the decision has been made here. This officiating staff has been busy. Eric Burton, Tiffany Bird, Jenna Schrader. I thought the decision had been made, but now they're going back and throwing on the headset and looking at the monitor. Hope you didn't have any Friday night plans, Stephen Bardo.
This one right here, the Sky game hoping to get a well-deserved victory over the Sun if they can continue to match the Sun's aggressiveness. It's a very confident team by the Connecticut Sun. You can tell by the way they're playing right now.
Jenna Schrader at the bottom of your screen is the official who made the call. I think there's going to be 3 shots coming to Kalia Copper is the decision.
That's a good break for the Sky. Hopefully Kalia can convert at the line, give the Sky some much needed momentum so they can get this home crowd into this game.
There's one. Sky fans enjoy up to 10% off the Arc Bar, located inside the Hyatt Regency McCormick Place before or after any home game. Just show your ticket stub. That's all you got to do. Hyatt Regency McCormick Place, official hotel partner of the Chicago Sky.
So we don't have ticket stubs. We get to show our credential.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You just have to say your name's Stephen Bardo.
Oh, and then I get
you places.
Then I get arrested.
We'll save that for another game.
There you go.
3 free throws for Kalia Copper, 32-28. Thomas in trouble. Amber Stocks wanted a traveling call, didn't get it. Here's Copper. Kalia Copper, a little crossover move. And she draws the foul, Benija Laney. Benija Laney, the former Chicago Sky player, picking up her first personal.
It's so good to see Benija. She's such a neat young lady. I'm glad to see her have another opportunity playing in the WNBA.
Scored 2 points this year. She's played all of 6 minutes coming into tonight. Obviously had the knee injury when she was here in Chicago. It affected her playing time. It affected the role that she had with the franchise. But Connecticut picking her up. And Laney picking up a quick 2. We got a timeout after all that. 5:50 left to play before the half. Connecticut with the edge. Own and Joint Institute, proud sponsor of the Chicago Sky. For more information, visit ibjirehab.com.
Tiffany Bird coming over and explaining that, because that is a new emphasis this season.
All right, so underway again. 5:50 left before the half. 32-28. Both of these teams have scored 9 points here in the second quarter. Another turnover. Laney with the pickup, taking it all the way, couldn't finish. Laney again. How about chance number 2 for Benija Laney?
Yet another live ball turnover by the Sky. It's almost as though, Lisa, they're throwing cross-court passes, and once they get intercepted, there's no one back.
It's all in the middle of the court. 10 turnovers, leading to 13 points off of those turnovers. Williams, the kick out. That's been Copper's spot. Ring it up.
Likely Copper being aggressive on that three-point shot.
Copper's got 8 to match Parker's 8 to be the 2 leading scorers for Chicago. Bentley, the baseline drive. She coughs it up. Faulkner through behind Courtney Vandersloot on the transition.
Faulkner anticipated Courtney going full speed, and that wasn't the case.
And what does it lead to? It leads to another bucket back the other end for Connecticut. 11 turnovers, 15 points off of those turnovers. The Chicago team that's averaging 15 turnovers per game. Endor, short. Getting some playing time here in the first half. She gets an assist. The Jasmine Thomas 3.
Well, when you can have 2 or 3 players push the break for the Sun and find other teammates, that's difficult to defend.
What does that do? That forces a timeout from Amber Stocks. Connecticut on a run, stretching this lead out to 8. The half, 39-31 is your score. Let's check in with Trish, who's eavesdropping on that Chicago huddle.
Okay, guys, well, the Sky likes to be unselfish. They like to play team basketball, passing the ball around, but sometimes that's leading to turnovers, because when you're trying to be too unselfish and you're passing the ball too often, passes get picked off, and we've seen the Sky with some turnovers here. Amber Stocks telling her players during this huddle, know the difference between making the next pass and taking it. In fact, at one point during the game, she yelled to the bench, guys, we've got to just shoot the basketball. Too many passes, too many turnovers right now for the Sky.
Yeah, to give you perspective, 11 turnovers matches the number of baskets they have with 11. Backdoor look, Copper wasn't even looking for it. That was a nice pass from Gabby Williams, but Copper wasn't ready. Williams trying to feed Jones. There's a turnover for Connecticut. Gabby Williams, the crossover.
Oh, what a move.
Lefty finish, couldn't get it. Something about a lid on that rim.
Man, that was a great move. Stride out, offhand at the rim, just didn't drop. Her and Kalia Copper have had a couple like that.
Copper whistled for a foul too, by the way. But you got your point guards, Courtney Vandersloot, Jamira Faulkner accounting for 8 of the 11 turnovers for Chicago. And a foul committed as Williams went down hard.
You know what, though? If that doesn't put Cheyenne Parker in foul trouble, I'm okay with that foul, because you want to hit Williams as much as you can, not in a dirty way, but you want to try to wear her down and be a little bit physical.
Reminder that she's 5'8" and she's in your house.
That's right.
Jones put back, another offensive rebound for Connecticut.
Jonquel Jones just has a nose for the rock, a pursuit of the basketball that is not matched very often.
8 second chance points for the Sun. And Chicago has gone cold. To the corner for Laney. Here's Copper. Quick. Feeding Vandersloot. Gets hit hard. Body, bucket, and one.
Great job of Sluty running the floor. Filling the lane where she's usually feeding, but filling the lane, getting to the rim. Great concentration.
First bucket for Sluty in 2018. Had to spend some time with her Turkish club overseas. Missed the first 4 games of the year, but they've had a week to try to get back into things, try to get back into rhythm. Everybody touching the basketball in this possession. Williams finishing it off. When Kurt Miller told us in the pregame he feels like Courtney Williams could hands down lead him in scoring, we're now seeing why.
Oh, man. I mean, she got it going early. And then the thing that I like about this team with the Sun, if they've got a player that's hot, they'll continue to get her the basketball.
Turnover. Kurt Miller said if I am the coach that everyone says my team's overachieved, I'm okay with that. Because that means my coaching staff is doing the job, and that means my players are doing their job and playing above expectations.
Yeah, and I think he's very self-effacing and doesn't like to take credit, where in my opinion credit is due. Because everywhere he's been, his teams have responded in a way like that, Lisa.
Got Bowling Green to a Sweet 16. Had success at Indiana. Again, had the best year with Connecticut last year. Jones for 3. This could get a little bit out of hand here before the half if Chicago's not careful. Now a 13-point advantage. Under 2 to play.
So there's a lot of uncertainty right now what the Sky are trying to do on the offensive end.
Gabby Williams for 3. And Williams has not hit a 3-point shot this year. That was just her 3rd 3-point attempt of the season. Runner can't get it. That is what Gabby Williams does. Rebounded, leading the break, but a little too much. That's kind of been case in point this first half for Chicago.
It really has. Gabby Williams is doing some really good things on the floor right now. A little frustrated, but that effort will pay off.
Amber Stocks, talking to her in the pregame, what do you want to work on? It's been the same answer the last 3 games, turnovers.
Yep.
Up top, Strickland, no. Jasmine Thomas will go to the line.
Well, when you think about it, they had the league's highest scoring team, the Sun. 1 to 10 to start the game, 1 for 10 field goals, right? So they're in good position, they're playing good defense, but when you turn the basketball over, you give the highest scoring team 15 points off of 13 turnovers. There's not much you can do with that.
10 fast break points for Connecticut. Copper sits. And Thomas has 7 so far.
So right now, if the Sky can get a bucket here, a stop, and a bucket to go into halftime, they can create some momentum.
Connecticut is a perfect 9 for 9 from the free throw line, and that's a 2 for Faulkner.
So I like that quick action. Give the Sky at least 1 more possession.
10 to shoot. Thomas hanging, hooping, drawing the foul. Alyssa Thomas play the 3. She can play the 4 for Connecticut.
And she just goes, she gets downhill, meaning that she gets a head of steam up. She can really get to the rim. She can get in the paint. We've seen her find her teammates on the wings. It's a really tough matchup.
If you're Amber Stocks, what adjustment do you make at halftime? Take care of the basketball.
Simplify the offense.
Yeah.
I really think they can simplify it. I know they want to run their stuff. They've got a couple players who first game in, you've got some injuries. You're missing Steph and you're missing Allie, so you got to simplify things.
Parker throwing to no one. And that is the second time, really, a Chicago Sky player underneath the basket hasn't been looking. Miscommunication.
Right idea, wrong situation.
Again, Chicago playing without Allie Quigley, their leading scorer, so they lose 19 points per game without Allie. She's out with a hip injury. Out also Steph Dolson with a strained tendon. Playing without them, an offensive foul call. Faulkner drew it, and the foul on Jasmine Thomas.
Great job. Jamira Faulkner giving up her body. Jasmine Thomas is saying that she was in the circle, and it should be reviewed, but I don't think they can do that at this point. But Jasmine Thomas not happy right now.
9.2 seconds before the half. 13-point advantage. What can Chicago do with the final possession? Sloot's going to take it. Blocked by Jones. The heave. Oh! Thomas almost got it. Well, a slow start for Connecticut. They made up for it. They've turned Chicago over. They've gotten second chance points with 10. Fast break points with 10. Bench points has been huge with 14. We'll check in with Trish, who's with Kalia. Rhythm issues. They've had a whole week to try to go through their normal routine. They've had some time off from last Friday playing at Seattle. They had to travel back, of course. Tuesday, they worked on some performance enhancement stuff. Wednesday, Amber Stock said they worked on them, and it was Thursday that they really got into some scout stuff.
Well, and I think, you know, we're talking about Sluty and Indoor coming back. Nice hookup there. But then we keep mentioning that Allie Quigley and Steph Dolson are not playing. That's a big loss and a big rhythm. Players that really established the rhythm early.
Well, Vandersloot and Indoor practiced with the team every single day of this past week. Quigley and Dolson did not practice once. Allie was actually shooting in the pregame. That was the first time really she picked up a basketball all week.
Well, that's a good sign, and hopefully that's a sign of her healing quickly and things to come.
Thomas, a little give and go. She can't get the lefty finish. And Sloot can't pick up the basketball. So Connecticut will get it right back.
I love what Courtney, Freudian slip. What Courtney did defensively that time, she knew she couldn't block the shot, but she got in Thomas's face.
Around and around it goes for Chene.
Boy, Chene is too much. She is too much fun to watch.
Kick out to Diamond, who hits above 500 for her career, as we learned in your halftime conversation.
I love it, too. She looked at me like, what? Why you ask that? It's baseball.
You should know it, right?
Yep. Shagging balls. She was setting herself up to be a shortstop, she said. So, toughest place on the diamond right there.
Strickland whistled for her second personal. Was that a diamond play off the word diamond?
Yeah, I was trying to be as clever as our producer Benji back there. So I got a little ways to go though.
You do. Chicago, some positive performance here in the last couple of possessions. Sloot with the 2. 50-39 now to start this third quarter. Courtney Williams has had the hot hand for Connecticut. Maybe a tiny bit of momentum building here to start.
And you know, it's only 11-point deficit. They're coming out. The most important juncture of every game is the first 5 minutes of the second half. Whatever team can establish themselves in that period tends to win the majority of the games.
Diamond well off the mark. 0 for 2 now from 3. Second leading scorer. Mentioned that there's 6 double-figure scores for Connecticut. Chicago has 2. One of them sitting on the bench in Alley. The other is Diamond. We got a possession discussion here between both head coaches and the officials.
I think that is going to be a jump ball, but I think the Sky touched that last. So yet again, another break. Kirk Miller is beside himself over here on the sideline. I like what he just said to his team, though. He said, come on, compete. Overcome a bad break here or there. Keep competing.
It'll be Chicago basketball after all that.
See, I would really like to see a simple pick and roll with Courtney Vandersloot to get her to turn the corner and make a play for a teammate.
Backdoor look. Endor whistled for the foul on the screen. And that took away a possible layup.
It looked like Sluty was at the rim by herself. Well, Sky just need to lock down a couple times here defensively. They're right in this game.
Second personal on a Stu Endor. Williams letting it fly with the pull-up, too.
Courtney Williams is so good off the bounce. Top 3 in the league in terms of getting their shot off the bounce.
Pickup out of South Florida. She's playing in her 3rd season in the WNBA. Into the corner, it's short for Thomas. And Chicago has numbers. Out to DeShields for 2.
See, that's the hookup of the future for the Sky right there. Williams and DeShields hooking up on a fast break.
It's the 4th pick of the draft to the 3rd pick of the draft, but splitting the difference. Where was the D?
Boy, Thomas has another gear, doesn't she? Man, she saw daylight, and that was it for the Sky defense.
Jasmine Thomas averaging 12 points per game, 6 assists per game. Just behind Gray and Bird in that category in the league. No shot. Foul committed on the floor.
Gabby Williams is in an unfamiliar position for her, leading the break off the bounce, but a sweet bounce pass to Diamond DeShields. I was going to say nothing. I was going to say her dad's name, but I don't want to mess it up. Delino
DeShields?
Delino's daughter.
And then there's Delino Jr., brother.
The alliteration got me. That's what messed me up.
I think you're getting paybacks for your bad Diamond puns earlier. The universe is funny in that way.
You're right.
Williams, hesitation. She'll go right side this time. And Gabby's skying for the board. That's what Gabby Williams can do. Get the rebound and then bring it up for you. Initiate the offense. Out to Sloot. Back to Williams. 15-footer is good.
Boy, that's a great exchange for Gabby Williams. You talked about her bringing the ball up with confidence, getting it back and getting rewarded for an easy jumper.
Into the paint. Endor again. Now she's in foul trouble. Stu Endor now with 3 personals. Cheyenne Parker also has 3. That's your front court tonight. Again, no Steph Dolson, no Allie Quigley if you're just joining us. Both out with injuries. They will be day-to-day for Chicago. Thomas down to Ogumike. Spinning, hooping, and one for Chene.
Gabby Williams, she's the one that got that call there. Ogumike, just great position, faces up, takes the contact off glass. It's a beautiful move.
Chene Ogumike, the author of a comeback story after a comeback story. Microfracture surgery on her knee in 2015, then got comeback player of the year in 2016. tore her Achilles in 2017 and now back here in 2018.
And looking like she may be comeback player again. I mean, highest field goal percentage shooter on this team. Very efficient.
Not like she was in really bad shape, but Kurt Miller says that she's in the best shape of her life right now. And Connecticut earns another possession and another turnover for Chicago.
So at some point in the game when you're playing your opponent and they've got quick hands, they've got active hands, you as the offensive team in the sky in this situation, you've got to adjust.
Jones able to go to work.
Traveling.
And traveled. She's trying to draw another foul on Endor.
And see, Endor, that time she didn't reach when she got the foul on Ogwumike. That time she used her height and said, you know what, Jonquel, you're going to have to beat me over the top. And she couldn't do it.
6'5" against 6'6" in that matchup. Approaching about the 5-minute mark in the third quarter. Those quick hands again made it tough for Endor. Connecticut off and running. Thomas taking it to DeShields. Offensive foul call.
Great job by Diamond DeShields, getting her body in position to take that contact. Everybody in the building knows that Alyssa Thomas, when she gets ahead of steam going, it's tough to stop. Anytime you are able to take a charge between your shoulders, that's good defensive position by Diamond.
This is Connecticut's first game on the road this year. Started out the year back-to-back over 100-point games. First WNBA team to start a season doing that. Copper can't get it. Cheyenne Parker has checked in for Endor.
The Sun have caused more deflections with their quick hands.
They feed Ogwumike up and under. And Kurt Miller just got a technical foul. That was quick. Eric Bruton teed him up.
Wow. Wow. That was kind of surprising. And I think that was an accumulative technical, Lisa, in my opinion.
Do you think it was building with Eric Bruton and Kurt Miller?
Yes.
You've been watching that?
I have.
Well, that will be our timeout. We'll let things cool off a little bit here in Wintrust. Our employees, chauffeurs understand the importance of delivering exemplary service throughout every ride. Whether your destination is 20 minutes or 2 hours, M&M Limousine Service will assure you are in control on time and enjoying your journey. Trish, more eavesdropping on the Chicago Sky Huddle. What'd you hear?
I have been, and we've been talking about the turnovers all night, Lisa. And, you know, one of the issues in Amber Stock's mind is maybe confusion. She was telling her players during the break, if I call something or the point guard calls something, always go with the point guard. And now maybe part of that is just getting used to Sloot being back, or maybe part of it is deferring to head coach Amber Stocks. But there seems to be some confusion on the floor as to who to listen to, who to take direction from, and that might be leading to some turnovers, guys.
It's interesting that you picked up on that, because typically when a coach makes a play and the player goes a different direction, that doesn't usually sit very well. But I like the fact that you picked that up, Tricia, because that's interesting. That might give us some understanding why the Sky have been so bad handling the basketball.
Well, out of the timeout, Parker connected. Sloot gets the assist. Not only are you dealing with new faces, new rookies, 2 new faces overseas with Endor and Sloot back, Jones another and one.
How are you going to stop those two inside, Ogwumike and Jones? Ogwumike has just come off of 2 really strong buckets. Watch her get in the post. She's going to draw attention. You see Cheyenne Parker goes into double team, late rotation on Jones' backside.
Foul on Diamond DeShields. But with the personnel changes, and remember there are rotation adjustments to get used to as well. with Amber Stocks going, for lack of a better term, kind of hockey line substitutions here to start this year. Everything's a little bit new.
And I believe that's why Endure started tonight, because she didn't want to affect the rotations of Cheyenne Parker coming off the bench.
Be a Connecticut turnover. Alex Bentley, 4 points off the bench in the first half.
Diamond DeShields and Kalia Copper they need to get really aggressive.
Well, again, they're losing 19 points per game, with Allie Quigley being out because of an injury, a hip injury. And Thomas whistled for the foul on the take by DeShields. When you talk to Amber Stocks, where are you going to pick up the 19? She knows it's not going to directly come from just one person. It's got to be a collective effort. But she did say she hopes that Courtney Vandersloot can provide some of that scoring production. There's a lot of expectations on Sloot here tonight.
There is, and you know, when you come and lead the league in assists last season, you go deep yet again with your Turkish team, one of the better leagues in the country, or in the world, excuse me.
DeShields for 2. Only leading the league last year. She set an assist per game WNBA record, passing Tisha Penichero's record. There's a foul there in the lane.
Boy, both Nneka and Chiney are so physical. When they get the ball and they move with authority, their elbows are out. I mean, they can be intimidating. I really am pleased with Gabby Williams and her ability to compete.
Yeah, they're physical, they're quick, and they're efficient.
Yes, yes. And that's why if I'm playing with somebody, I love players like that. If I'm going to throw the ball in the post and you're going to score 65% of the time, you're going to get it from me.
And Chiney got a win against Nneka, the first time in her WNBA career that she's done that. It was an undersized, undermanned LA team. Got the win anyhow. DeShields couldn't get the wide open layup. That kind of night for Chicago.
Really has been. Oh, she's going to get another chance. It's one of those nights. Rookies, gotta love it. You see Jameer and Cheyenne.
You see Amber Stocks.
Yeah.
Looking at a rookie like you got 2 chances.
Yeah, there's frustration there, no doubt about it. But they're putting themselves in position to compete.
Well, Diamond just picked up another foul. It has not been a good sequence of events for Diamond DeShields. And I think she might get a sub. Thomas to the line. Alex Montgomery getting set to check in.
And I think Alex Montgomery is only scratching the surface of what she can do.
Hold that thought. I want to remind you, Sky fans, in a world where nobody waits for anything, why do so many travel sites make you wait for rewards? Not Orbitz. Book your next trip with Orbitz and score instant rewards every time. It's your conversation between the head coach and the rook. Williams from the elbow. Williams getting it again. Drops it off to Jones. Connecticut is just beating Chicago to every ball.
Every major loose ball, 50-50 ball, Connecticut somehow is able to come up with.
Killer crossover. Faulkner, Parker, Montgomery passing it up.
Yeah, Montgomery wasn't ready to shoot. She had a wide open look.
Sleep whistle for the body. It's been a frustrating night all across the board, except for really the start, except for the first couple minutes for Chicago.
You know, Connecticut shot a lot of threes in the first half. They haven't taken a three here in the third quarter. And they have really just been attacking the rim. They're trying to get paint touches.
Connecticut trying to prove that it's a team of one of the top teams here in the WNBA. One of a few games going on tonight. By the way, the Phoenix Mercury knocking off Minnesota 95-85. So Minnesota now with 4 losses on the young year. 2 of those 4 coming in the last second shot, by the way. One to LA and one to Atlanta.
So they could easily have flipped the script and been 4-2 as opposed to 2-4. And I know that's somewhat of a shock to our fans because the Lynx have been so dominant the last 3 or 4 seasons. But believe me, they'll right the ship. Too talented not to.
The second game going on tonight. Following this one will be the Mystics taking on the Aces, Las Vegas team that we will see here on Sunday at Wintrust. Williams travels it around. Her first 3-point make of her WNBA career.
I'm really high on Gabby Williams and what she can bring to this team. If she can spot up and be a 3-and-D player, man, that would really be a huge boost.
You miss a shot, goes into the hands of another Sun player. Thomas that time with the second chance points. Salute around the corner. Montgomery lets it fly.
All right, Montgomery getting a little bit of confidence here with that jumper.
First 2 buckets of the season coming tonight for Alex Montgomery. Lead is still at 13. Here's Morgan Tuck. Williams again. Bentley left wide open, high, floating arc and shot for 3.
Going to give a team 3 opportunities. They're going to hurt you, a team that's talented offensively as Connecticut.
An errant shot. Final few seconds of this third quarter. Williams again for 3. Again, Vandersloot and Faulkner in the backcourt. And Jones will send Cheyenne Parker to the line.
It's good 2-player action between Sluty and Cheyenne Parker. Cheyenne Parker's been very aggressive offensively here this evening.
She had to sit out a little bit in the first half. She had picked up 3 personals. Parker, 8 of her 11 coming in that first half.
And Cheyenne Parker has been an inspiration to some of her teammates. You see Alex Montgomery starting with one hair color and then going halfway and changing it up. So I can't recall the specific term of that technique, but it seems to be working.
We'll go with highlights.
Highlights? No. It's more than highlights. I have gray highlights. But if I take the hair color out, I'm all gray. So.
You got the AARP highlights. Here's Jones for 3.
Wow.
Connecticut looking to run away with this. Final seconds of the third.
Connecticut really knows how to close out a quarter, don't they?
It is a mountain to climb if you're the home team. 74-57 at the end of the third. 74-57 is your score. Stephen Bardo, Lisa Byington with you. Tonight's move of the night brought to you by Wintrust, proud sponsor of the Chicago Sky. There were a couple of moves of the night that we wanted to document for Chicago.
Well, definitely Courtney Vandersloot getting the and-one opportunity there, getting behind the defense. Kalia Copper's sweet lead pass leading to our Wintrust move of the night. And the Sky need a few of those here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that was one of the final plays of the first half. Trish, what do you hear this time in the huddle?
Hey, Amber Stocks fired up in the huddle, telling her players, guys, we
missed opportunity, but they can string a couple of defensive stops together and get some momentum. I think this crowd is ready to get behind them here in the fourth quarter.
Connecticut beginning this fourth quarter with 3 bench players, by the way. There's one of them, Morgan Tuck, to begin the fourth quarter.
Well, listen, Thomas, it's an excellent pass in traffic to find Tuck.
It's Tuck's first bucket of the night. So you got Bannum and Tuck and Bentley who come off the bench to pair up with Thomas and Ogumake, who are starters. First 3 for Sloop.
Good Good sign for the Sky. Even in regards to the outcome of this game, you want to see Sloot leave this game in this fourth quarter to have some success.
Tuck looking to back down to Shields, get what she wants on that possession.
Morgan Tuck taking advantage of that matchup. Bolingbrook, Illinois native. She's got some family members in the house.
Foul on Alex Bentley. Four-time national champ, too. D'ing up another UConn player, Gabby Williams, right now.
When you talk about a sisterhood, man, it must be special to wear that jersey. I'll tell you what, when Cheyenne Parker first came into this league, I think she had some doubt whether she could play in this league. There's no doubt anymore. I mean, she's going right at Ogwumike's, gotten her pinned several times. Really like the way she's playing.
Fourth year, Middle Tennessee State. Cookie Chapman took a risk on her and drafted her.
Sure did.
Fifth overall, excuse me, in the 2015 draft. But this is by far the best start that she's had in her career.
Well, she talked about early in the season that she's in the best shape, and she talked about that's something that she really has to focus on, and she's done a much better job of being able to leave it on the floor on both ends.
There is Parker battling for it, but stripped by Tuck. Thomas running things. Tuck trying to drop it off. Blue jersey's flying, a blocking foul. It'll be on Cheyenne Parker, number 4. Played the whole third quarter without picking up that fourth.
I mean, Lisa, you talked about it. The Sun are just so versatile.
And you do not want to see Tuck heat up from 3.
Banham's in the game now. Tuck is in. Bentley doesn't start. And yet you're not, the Sun aren't missing a beat on the offensive end. 32
bench points for Connecticut. Bench play is going to be important, especially with a condensed schedule. What do you got? Offensive foul? Offensive foul call. And a wry smile from Diamond.
It looked like Diamond got her elbow up a little bit in the mouth.
Alyssa Thomas still trying to shake it off. Here's another look.
Diamond going with her offhand. Oh, so that was just a head.
They're going to review this and look at it. Contact made above the shoulders.
Diamond just being aggressive. I think that was basketball contact. That was a basketball play. Hopefully it will be left at that.
Well, it was called a common foul on the floor. They're going to review to see if
it's giving instructions to Diamond to shield. I guess they're just going to call a common foul.
So Diamond has 3 personals. Gabby's got 3. Stu Indoor has 3. It's Cheyenne Parker who's got 4. Now for the Sky. Rachel Banham hesitation. Faulkner got her. Rachel Banham, one of the best off seasons, says Kurt Miller. Got herself into really, really good shape. He said, you know, she's acting like the Banham that we drafted. Of course, she had injury problems herself in her first year.
And it's always good to see players able to come back off of some adversity. Wow. Boy, Alex Bentley can do that. So Connecticut has 2 guards that can tear you up off the bounce.
Faulkner just threw it up. Chicago really without some quality offensive possessions. Not eating up a whole lot of time, taking some quick shots they need to in the comeback form. But Ogwumike, they are stretching it out. Lead is now 25, largest of the game.
Oh man, look at this.
Ogumike up against it. How about that? That's Chicago basketball.
Boy, Sluty getting back defensively. See, young players who are watching the game right now, never give up an easy layup because you get back quickly. You never know what happens to the offensive player. Great hustle by Sluty.
Yeah, that had layup written all over it. Janae was looking for a foul, didn't get it.
7 minutes.
So 7 minutes now to play. Janae with the personal. 85 points. This Connecticut team is approaching its season average at 96. They lead the WNBA with that total.
I want to remind our viewers too, Lisa, Connecticut started 1 of 10. Started the game 1 of 10 field goals. And they just kept the pressure on. And the Sky helped them with now 20 turnovers. Just not going to beat very good teams, giving them that many opportunities.
Sky is the limit when you plan a party at the Saks Recreation Center, a 100,000 square foot facility to meet your event needs. Saks Recreation Center, the official training center of the Chicago Sky. This team will have to go back to Saks and go back to work after this one. Have a day off in between before they take on Las Vegas coming up on Sunday. Asia Wilson coming to town, leading all the rookies in scoring, 19.5 per. Walking violation on another rookie, Lexi Brown, who's checked in.
I had to make sure I said hello to Lexi Brown. I played against her father, D. Brown, back in the day. Told her, I'm sure she's a lot better than her dad because that's just what me and D do. Talk stuff on each other.
And you hope he's listening.
D. Brown, slam dunk champion, Boston Celtics.
With the pumps.
With the pumps. Is an outstanding player, quick as a hiccup. Oh, she got Courtney on the offensive foul trying to set the screen.
So D. Brown, Lexi Brown. The story's well told, the first daughter of a WNBA head coach to be drafted. Of course, he was the coach of the Orlando Miracle in 2002, the same franchise before they moved to Connecticut. So funny how things come full circle. As Jones with the soft touch, I'm telling you what. Jonquel Jones, you knew she was special at George Washington. Now her numbers in the WNBA from last year backing it up. She's worked on her body this year to get stronger. Endor in and out.
Now she's handling the basketball like a guard.
Here's Brown taking her first shot. Jones.
Jonquel, we have to remind our viewers, 20 points and 20 rebound game in a game last season versus the Chicago Sky. So she's used to having success whenever she matches up against Chicago.
23 points, 21 rebounds. Banham rips it away. In a foot race with Copper. Bentley with the putback. Clean-up job for Alex Bentley. And now Bentley's in double figures. 5 now in double figures for Connecticut. Remember, they average 6 in double figures. A deep team.
And the Sky got to be careful here because you can lose a lot of confidence losing this in this fashion. You don't want to just throw in the towel right now. You want to develop good habits regardless of the score.
There's some definite sloppiness. As Tuck will head back to the free throw line. 5 minutes to go in this one, already 91 points with 4:54 left to play. Connecticut looking to improve to 4-0 the WNBA season.
Welcome to the floor.
Tequila Paris, proud to be the exclusive tequila for the Chicago Sky. Tequila Paris, enjoy life to the fullest responsibility. 91-62.
That's got a great shot right there. The lady sitting around all the placards.
It's a pride night.
Yes, it is.
Man, Wintrust looked good walking in. All the rainbow colors. They got the placards, as you mentioned, on all the seats.
I was hoping the Sky could give a better performance, but
Well, they're undermanned too.
True.
Without Quigley, without Dolson. And they're playing one of the best teams right now in the WNBA. Connecticut is the last team that is left undefeated. There is Allie sitting out with a hip injury. She will be day-to-day. Steph Dolson is out with a strained tendon. She will be day-to-day. Allie hurt herself in that Seattle game a week ago. She wasn't even really able to play the overtime session.
Yeah, so you knew she was hurt then because she's a gamer. And hopefully she can heal quickly because Sky definitely need to stabilize himself.
Lexi Brown got Diamond DeShields getting a little chippy here. That was rookie against rookie. They know each other well. And Diamond couldn't wait to take her place at the free throw line after that foul.
Oh yeah, I mean there's pride, and regardless of the score, you want to have some success. Think about this. For a player like Gabby Williams, I bet she's never been on the wrong side of a score like this. Playing at UConn and being one of the better players in the country in high school, this is unfamiliar territory for players like her.
One of the 3 rookies that Chicago is using. By the way, we haven't seen Elena Coates, one of their rookies tonight. Gabby's gotten some time. We have not seen Lene Harper as well. 4 rookies on this team. 3 drafted very high, and Coates and DeShields and Gabby Williams for Amber Stocks.
I think Indoor coming in is going to affect that post rotation for the Sky. Amber Stocks very high on her.
Blocked by Jones. Having herself another night.
Sure is. You know what I love about her too? Her motor never stops. She doesn't care what the score is. She's playing hard.
Lexi Brown thought about it. It'll stay Connecticut basketball. The Sun team, again, they will play 13 of their next 16 on the road. This is the first time that they've played a road game this year.
That's a heck of a strain.
Yes, it is. Brown from up top.
Nice job by Indoor. She knew she couldn't get the rebound herself, but was able to tap it to her teammate.
Blocking foul there on Bentley. This is a battle between 2 head coaches, by the way. Kurt Miller, Amber Stocks, that were on the same staff for 1 year in Los Angeles back in 2015. Both very analytical coaches when you talk to them. Immediately go to X's and O's. I love the answer that Kurt Miller gave you in the pregame. We were talking about how he is known as an offensive coach, but he went back to his last job as an assistant coach with Colorado State. And he coached Becky Hammond there. And he said that all they did was ball screen. They had, because of her skill set, they could tinker with it a little bit. So then his next job, he became the head coach at Bowling Green, and that's all he really knew is the ball screen offense.
And it led them to a Sweet 16 appearance.
It did, correct. And about 6 Coach of the Year in the MAC as well at Bowling Green.
Something about his teams, they have an infectious nature about them in terms of they seem to really care about each other. Very good chemistry on the teams that I've seen that he's coached.
Yeah, his first answer when you said, what was part of the turnaround when you go back to even last year was obviously X's and O's, right?
Right.
But then you cried a little bit.
I did.
He said there needed to be a little bit of a locker room culture adjustment. And as any new coaching staff has to get their own mindset, their own style, their new mentality.
He's also a big body language person as well. So he's concerned about the bench, how they look, how are they supporting. And that's important. Those little things make a huge difference in a league of ladies that every team is talented.
A year of teams that will take clips of the bench. That's exactly what Connecticut does. 4 to 5 clips every game. Show the bench attitude, the body language as Brown rings it up. They're flirting with another 100-point game. It would be their 3rd of the year if they can get to the century mark. Started out this season with back-to-back 100-point games. The only WNBA team to do that. The foul for Endor.
Diamond and Shields showed you about 5 things in that move and just couldn't get it to finish, but spin, aggressive move, coming off the pick and roll with some authority.
Now we just got playground basketball.
And Bentley can do it as well as anybody. She can create her own shot whenever she wants.
Connecticut's at that 100 mark, 101-67. Bentley with another foul. Under 2 minutes to play, we will take our final media timeout. Connecticut's going to improve to 4-0, taking it to the home team tonight. Tonight's play of the game brought to you by Aerial Investments, a Chicago-based asset management firm offering no-load mutual funds. Gabby Williams with her first career pro three-point make.
Yeah, now we hope to see this quite often this season. Gabby Williams was charged with a tough assignment to guard Alyssa Thomas. A lot of times that's exhausting. The rookie showing you that she's got energy on both ends of the floor to be successful.
She was 0 for 2 this season from 3 before that shot.
Gabby's got a poker face. You just never know with her. This same expression the whole time.
Yeah, you don't know if she's losing by 30 or up by 30.
That's right. Well, Sky got to lick their wounds quickly because they got a quick turnaround.
Elena Coates up against it with Brianna Jones, who stayed with it. So Elena Coates playing in the final 2 minutes of this game. First time we've seen her tonight. Out to Copper for 3. So we don't know if we'll see Allie on Sunday. We don't know if we'll see Steph on Sunday, both out with injuries. How do you generate this offense? How does the Chicago Sky team look different from tonight, 2 days from now?
Simplifying the offense and taking better care of the basketball. They're losing by 33 points, but they've given up 31 points on 22 turnovers. This is a different game if they cut them in half. That's, you know what I mean? And I think that you heard Kalia Copper at halftime tell Patricia that they were looking to pass too much. They weren't taking shots that were available. I think simplifying the offense, taking what is there, I think can really help them rebound.
8 turnovers for Courtney Vandersloot. 4 turnovers for Gabby Williams. 3 turnovers for Jamira Faulkner. But 7 assists and 8 turnovers for Sloot.
And that's not going to be something we'll see very often. There's always an adjustment period, even though she's a veteran in this league. Anytime you go overseas and play a full season and then come back to the WNBA, I don't care how talented you are, there's an adjustment period.
And Allie's sitting next to her in her street clothes, and there goes your 19 points per game.
Yep. Allie is, for her injury, she has as much confidence as anybody in the league, the way that she was shooting the basketball.
Well, you come off an all-star performance last year, you wonder how she could perform this year. She was performing like an all-star again to start this year.
Allie's a pro. She wasn't handed the keys. She had to earn them.
Playing for 5 different WNBA teams and then coming home here to Chicago. Shot clock still in play with the final few seconds of this game. Connecticut now improving to 4-0, still the only team in the league left unbeaten. Right behind them, Seattle and Washington, 5-1 records.
And now in a 30-plus point lead. If you look at the bench of the Connecticut Sun, look at what they're doing. They're all standing, all cheering, all giving that effort to their teammates that don't get as much time as the starters and some of the regulars do.
That's because they want to get on that bench highlight clip.
That's right.
All the starters do.
Yep. Body language is key in this game, and Kirk Miller knows it.
108 to 72. The Shields ran into an absolute wall. It was Brianna Jones. Exclamation point. 110. Faulkner from half court. And for the first time this year, Chicago's going to fall below 500. 2-3. They've dropped the last 3 to Atlanta here at home on May 23rd, to Seattle in overtime on the road, and now in a very deciding fashion. 110 to 72 the final, as Connecticut improves here to 4-0. We will take a quick timeout. We will wrap things up from Wintrust Arena after this.